But how do you get more people than your sponsor?
Yeah.
Right? How do you pass your sponsor?
How do you pass your
You
sponsor?
pass your sponsor because your team on your 7 levels are growing bigger. In other words, your sponsor, you're level 1 to your sponsor. The sponsor gets paid on 7 levels. So they get your first 6 levels. Your first 6 levels are part of your sponsor's team, right? They get paid on. Your 7th level, your sponsor doesn't touch. I have over 5,000 agents on my 7th level.
Incredible.
That Gene doesn't have.
Yeah.
So that's way more, right? And so my numbers of agents are bigger right now. I mean, I'm this last month. It looks like I've got over 7,500 closings. I'm getting an override on. 7,500 agents. 7,500. That's 85,000.
7,500 houses.
Yeah, 7,500 houses. That is 85,000 transactions a year. That's billions of dollars, right? And I only had 7 that really did anything. I mean, as far as growing, right? But they brought others who brought others, and I'm just looking for talent. I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for generals, as some people talk about. I'm looking for people that don't need me to hold their hand. People that are going to start bringing people. They say they do what they say they're going to do. Right? I mean, I don't like it when people call me and say, well, I don't have anybody, you don't need to come. No, I'm coming. Like Sherry Elliott. Sherry Elliott's got a couple $1 million in stock. She was a $30 million producer when I met her. She was not happy where she was, but she didn't know what she wanted. So she challenged me. I mean, she's a ranch woman. I mean, so she's
a ranch woman. A ranch
tough
woman.
lady.
She's a ranch woman.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't. Horses, you know what I mean? I mean, if you're a ranch person, horse is 1,200 pounds. If you can make that horse do what you want, you somebody.
You're tough.
You're tough. Anyway, so she was straightforward and power packed, and I said, she said, well, how do I know that you're going to do this for me? How do I know that you're going to do what you say you're going to do? And I said, well, how do I know you're going to do what you say you're going to do? And she said, well, I've never heard of you. I said, well, I've never heard of you either. You're even. I mean, what's so special about that? I said, the worst part about this is you're not a man. Because most women can't do this. That's what I told her.
What?
Oh, because I knew she's a challenge. She goes,
oh, you are crazy.
What she said was, fuck you.
So you did that as a joke.
Yeah.
You did that to
get under
Rob, guys, you got to understand. Rob is an unplugged kind of guy.
Yeah.
He is going to try to dig at you.
So
There's
anyway,
been times where
I
me and
want
Rob have
reaction.
been like,
I want a reaction. They either run from me or they come to me. I don't want any lukewarm. I want a hot or just whatever it is. I want movement towards me or away. I don't really care, right? If it's away from me, I'm clearing the path. If it's towards me, I'm going to work with them, right? And so I said, I am going to come to your office. I will do a presentation for you once a week for 6 months, no matter what. And whether you have anybody to bring or not, I'm coming. And I said, I never quit. I said, I write these appointments down in pen, and if the world blows up, I'll be there at that place with the broom to clean it up. I don't ever cancel.
wow.
Are you the same way? Or do I have to remind you, like a school child, you got to make your bed every day? That's what I told her, right? And she said, no, I'll remember. I said, all right. So I showed up the first Wednesday. There was coffee, toast, donuts, all kinds of cool stuff. Room was really cool because she had her own building, right? But she wasn't there.
Oh my gosh.
She said, I had a listing appointment. I said, that was dumb. I said, I'm just to tell you, that cost you. You have no idea how much that cost you. She says, yeah, but I have to do that. I've got to listen. I said, yeah, but we had an appointment. All right, I'll see you next week. And I went. I came back.
Wow.
So I came back the next week. Guess what? She wasn't there again.
You got to be kidding.
Right? She wasn't there again. But she had someone sitting in the chair. She says, I can't be there. I'm at a listing appointment, but I have somebody who will be there that you can show it to. I said, okay. I didn't care. I didn't know. I figured she wasn't going to be the one. But she could lead me to somebody, maybe.
And now she's making $100,000 a month, and
she's doing well. She's got
$5 million worth of stock or something.
I don't know how many millions, but it's more than $1 million. It was.
And she stood you up twice.
Oh, 2 is nothing. I mean, because she was very busy. She also said, "Listen, I own a building. I will never not have a building because my team is here, and we have synergy, and we get everybody together, and we pump them, we go, and off they go. And if we didn't have this building and this meeting place, we would never have the team that we have." And I said, someday you're going to want to sell the building. She says, I will never sell my building. And guess what happened 2 years ago? She sold her building. Right? Yeah. Why?
This is crazy.
Because she said residuals are really cool. I had no idea
God.
that it could be like this, that it could move forward like this. And she's sponsoring people everywhere. She was she started a lot of Florida, and so I mean it's like, wow, who knew what would happen? So then after a while, she says, you know what, Rob, and she'll say this on the stage everywhere. She's wonderful, really. She said,
She is nice.
is
we
great.
love
she's
her.
a sweetheart.
She's
She'll work
amazing.
really hard, but she'll be really honest with you,
She's very
right?
blunt, but very
And
sweet.
so what was I going to say?
You said she's on the stage.
She's on the stage.
Oh yeah, she said, Rob, I have delayed intelligence often, and that was one of them right there. It was like, yeah, wires didn't connect. What was that? Oh yeah, right. So
On the stage.
she said, you know what? When Rob first talked to me, he did listing appointments. I mean, he listed agents and I listed houses. And she said, I used to think I knew it all and I had everything and I was making big money and and he didn't because I was new. I was just getting started, right? But eventually it got to where I was getting more than she was, and I didn't, and it was happening whether I was there or not. In fact, I did the presentation in her office. She didn't have anybody, and the guy that I was showing it to was Brent Gove in her office because I started setting up webinars for her the time when I said I'd be in her office. And I did a presentation, I had it going on, I did a presentation in her office, but I put it out there. So I said, I'm gonna get something done, if nothing else, right? And so she said, I've seen what you've done, and she says, I was wrong. And I said, it's not bad to sell houses. Brent says, why are you selling houses? Right? I mean, Brent's really in your face about it. He said, I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. But you got to do it. I mean, obviously, we have to sell houses. Nothing happens without it. But he said, why spend the time when you're only going to get paid once? Do as much selling houses that you need to take care of your family and your finances and everything you've got, and spend your extra time not selling another house, but finding another agent who will sell another house.